can hear you.
Nice to meet you. But I guess we set up the things first. Should I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead and share it, and then I'll get it captured on this end, and we'll get everything switched over.
I'm just gonna say I'm going to be streaming like the entire screen because I'm a bit scared that the game will crash.
Totally fair.
I hope that's okay.
Everyone can hear you already, so if you'd like to take this opportunity to, introduce yourself, say who you are and what you're working on. Also, someone already said big fan of Broman Guy. So
hey, already a celebrity. Yeah. So my name's Broman Guy. That's how I go online. I'm working on a game called SOULGRAVE right now. You can maybe see it on screen. Maybe not.
It is on screen. I'm trying to fix it.
Wonderful. It's a character-driven action roguelike where you create wild builds, explore ever-changing dungeons, and battle brutal puzzle-like telegraphed bosses. And there's also a little bit of a saving the world or dooming it forever part, which is like a story beat thing where your choices basically shape the ending of the world. It's a dark fantasy game. It's my passion project. It's what I spend all of my free time on and a lot of my money on. And I hope you liked what I have to show here. I'm very excited for the chat to see it too.
They can see it now. Everything looks like it's working. Maybe. Should function.
Okay. I would also love to take this opportunity to thank you so much for giving me this chance to show my game. As you know, for indie devs, it's actually really, really hard to get noticed. Nowadays, it's like it feels like shouting into the void a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I am feeling very vulnerable right now because I haven't showed a lot of this stuff to any other people, and not many people have played the game as well. I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm feeling a little bit stressed. I'm feeling scared because the last build that I pushed was about 15 minutes ago. So I expect to see some red errors popping up here and there. I hope the game doesn't crash. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
To be clear to you, it is okay if it crashes. This is not your live build. This is a development build. We have a lot of games that come on here that crash all the time. You're among a bunch of people that are either developers themselves or want to be devs or want to go and build something. We do game jams and things like that. People are used to exploding software here. So you don't have to worry about it. And I know it's stressful, it's scary. It's like, oh my God, if it breaks now, no one will like my game forever. But no, to be honest with you, long run, they don't give a shit. You'll be okay. Even if it lights on fire in front of us, right? Which it will somewhere. Right?
Look, it's also part of the fun, right? Like if something breaks in hilarious ways, it's just part of the fun. I would love to run a trailer first, just so you can have like a sneak peek, if that's okay. And then I'll jump straight into gameplay. Let's do it.
Those animations look sick, dude.
Thank you.
Someone enjoys particle effects. That looks great. I really love doing particle effects myself. Like tech art's my favorite, so that's rad. Looks really good.
Thanks so much. Yeah, a ton of effort goes into all of these little particles. And again, I would love to reiterate that all of this is still work in progress. And it's not the final look. Okay, so you see me in game already, right?
I do. Yeah. Oh, before we start, by the way, how many people are on your team? Is it just you? Is it a bunch of people?
The core team is literally just me, but I do hire a few freelancers to help with stuff. Like some of the music is made by freelancers, by a freelancer, and most of the animations are also outsourced because I can do some animation, but I just can't do it in a reasonable time frame to like release a game.
Fair.
So it takes me a long time to animate anything.
Yeah, absolutely fair. And by the way, go wishlist the game, guys. It's in the pinned comment. Yeah, no, that's 100% fair. I think that it's normal to use contractors. It really is. And it's normal to be like the dev with contract. I mean, I'm doing the same thing. So it's normal.
Yeah, I think most indie games do that. So it's very nice to have this transparency, because I feel like nowadays a lot of people just expect, if you're a solo dev, that means you did like literally everything solo. No. I think that's just a misconception, right? Like most people will have some help no matter what.
Yeah, 100%. Well, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we're currently in the game. A lot of it is again placeholder. How's the sound, by the way, in the game? Can you hear the music in the?
Yeah, let's wait for it. I can hear it. It's quite low. I would raise it if possible.
Let's pull it up a bit. Is that better?
A little bit more. A little bit better.
Okay.
Put it all the way up. Screw it. Oh, that sounds great now. Yeah, I can see wonderful. the visual level for it. That looks great.
Yep, perfect. And also, look, I work as a UI designer in my day-to-day. Like my main job is UI designer. So all of this stuff is currently placeholder. Like all of the icons, all of the UI is placeholder. If the final game or even the demo releases with this UI, you and everyone in the chat is legally allowed to spit on me when you see me on the street. Okay. Like if it looks like this, you can just do it. I give you permission.
As a UI designer, this is the deep sadness for you. I see. It's funny too.
Yes, I feel super vulnerable showing this, because this is embarrassing. But bear with me, okay? Work in progress. So, we're currently in the Dark Shard. This is a fully procedurally generated dungeon. Procedurally generated as in not AI generated, but randomly spliced up rooms together. So that's the core gameplay here. Mm-hmm. I have not tested this. Like I planned to have a kind of a little bit more of a guided thing here, but when I tried to generate a dungeon, it just broke on me, so I couldn't actually do it. So it's not guided. It's basically how it is set up currently in the game. I don't know if that makes sense. So
it does. You don't have a tutorial static room environment. You're just doing randomized dungeons right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It is a randomized dungeon. I didn't test it, so it might break. It might look kind of awful, but let's do it. So in the game, you can jump, you can double jump, you can use skills that you also unlock during the run. And let's just get going, see something. Okay, we are already in a placeholder room. Wow, that was fast.
No, this is cool though. So the way that you set up these rooms, you block them out originally. Are you using actually what engine are you working in?
I am working in Unity.
You're working in Unity. Are you using tile-based collision? That would be my assumption here.
Yes.
Okay.
So
cool.
all of these are blocked out with tiles, and then I go with like a polish round and do like the graphics over the tiles.
Yeah, this is a cool thing to show the community actually. So basically, it's just a big grid, and then you mark out everywhere that collision's going to be, and then you can fill it in with whatever you want. That's awesome. It's the same way that I worked on Kill the Moon before. It's so good to do it this way. That's an awesome way to develop this.
Yeah, I 100% agree. The reason being is that you can quickly just put together a bunch of maps and actually start testing them. Like when you start putting details in, it usually takes a very long time to do, because all of it, like painstakingly painting every detail, takes a long time. And then when the layout of the room just doesn't work, you're like screwed. You just wasted like a ton of time.
How are you storing? Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Yeah, so the best way to do it is always just like block out things and then like test it, see if it feels good, see if the gameplay works, and then if it works, then paint over it.
How are you storing these rooms? Because my guess is you're storing them as like a block in some way. Is that stored as a how is it built? How are you constructing these and storing them individually?
Yes. So basically, they're built as specific blocks. You can say rectangles, but they're not always like rectangular shape. Like this room, you can count it as a rectangle, but it doesn't really feel or look like a rectangle, right? It feels like a open area kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And each room has basically entrances that it can have. It can be from the top, from the bottom, from the left and the right. And then these entrances are then connected by what we call a corridor, what I call a corridor, and it connects to the next room. And so the height, for example, of the entrance, for example, it's 4 blocks. It will connect to a corridor that is 4 blocks as well. Wow, but can we actually see a unique room? What is happening?
It's really funny because the way that I learned to do what you're doing here was watching Spelunky do it originally. And I was like, that's really cool. But Spelunky has destroyable environments, so I had to learn how to do it a different way, and it looks like you're doing the exact same thing. It's rad. It's such a good way to build randomized 2D environments like that. Because now you have the non-placeholder one. You guys can see how much you can touch up the blocky version here from the tile-based collision, just baseline, into something like this. Looks phenomenal. That looks great, dude.
Thank you. So yeah, the enemies are also procedurally positioned. They are not like put into the rooms by me. The generator of the dungeon actually selects which enemies, or like randomizes the enemy pool and then selects how many enemies it puts into the room and then positions them in that room, basically.
This looks great, by the way. The animations are really cool. The sound is fantastic. Like, this is looking awesome.
Thank you. So we see this little guy being kind of annoying and not letting me play. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of skills right now, or just one, but we can try to push this guy into him.
So you have physics combat where you can knock back into another territory. I like that. That's cool.
Yes. So if I were to describe what the game is, he denies me a little bit of area here. Let's just get rid of this real quick so I can yep for a little bit more.
That feels fantastic. Like, even just seeing your combo system and the weight of each attack feels nice. The sound of the weight for that feels very good.
Thank you.
Love the particle effects on that.
Thank you. So the best way I would describe the combat is, and basically the idea for the game, is there isn't really a roguelike Devil May Cry that I have seen on a Steam, right? Yeah, you have different games that kind of utilize the roguelike formula. They have like skill combos. I'll definitely go more into skills later, but skills combat and roguelike elements, but there isn't like a randomized one, where it's a randomized dungeon, a randomized skills that you get, so you can explore different combos with those randomized skills. I don't think there's anything like that on the market right now. So that was kind of the inspiration behind the combat. And yeah, I don't know. I hope it resonates with people, because that's just something that I've never seen done before, or done well before, especially.
We've seen so many games throughout Indiecember that have been inspired by DMC, and they're all expressed in very different ways. And I really like that. I think this is great, because it's showing it's the time for the Devil May Cry indie. And I love that. And like, it's that kind of combat feels very good and fluid. Something I am wondering with this, do you have contact damage in this, or is it only from weapon swings?
I do not have contact damage, and that was actually a very deliberate decision. I see the thumbs up on
I love that.
I see them.
Dude, it's funny because like I've played a lot of like fighter platformers, man, and then like recently during December we had a couple of games come up and I was like, why does this feel so good? I was like, something about this feels amazing, and I was kind of blown away and my brain turned off and I was like, oh shit, it doesn't have contact damage. And it just felt infinitely better to me. And like I've realized through this event, like that is what I want from a 2D combat game, dude.
Right.
It just feels great. Yeah.
The biggest probably thing that pushed me to not do it was actually Hollow Knight Silksong. Or rather, I have made this decision way before. Like when the game just started taking shape, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna have contact damage. I just don't like the concept. And then Silksong just solidified that feeling in me, that like passionate hate, you could say, for contact damage, right? Where I can't describe the feeling of when you do some really, really cool shit. Like in Silksong, you like dash diagonally down into the net into an enemy, right? And then you're just a little bit short of the enemy, just like 2 millimeters short of the enemy, and then your attack ends and you fall on the enemy and you take damage.
Yep.
That makes me rage. I really dislike that part of it.
I
understand why they did it. Yeah.
It turned me off entirely in Silksong as well. I think the reason why I like it so much is because of how frustrating contact damage was in Silksong. And I don't think Silksong's a bad game at all. I think it's amazing. But I hate contact damage. Yeah. So, I get it.
That's exactly how I feel as well. So that's like very relatable stuff. Oh, look, something's glitching behind.
Don't worry about it. It happens. You'll fix it. It looks great, honestly. What is the most difficult thing you've had to implement in your game so far? Would you find?
Okay. Let me actually think about it, because just to be clear, I started game development in general like 2 years ago. I started from zero. I didn't know how to code. Like the only thing I could do was like, I don't know, do UI, and not in Unity or like in the game engine, just like in, UI software.
Yeah.
So I had to learn from the start, from like very zero, basically. And literally everything in game development was extraordinarily difficult for me.
Really?
And it still is. Yes. Like from programming to sound design to music to like, I don't know, thinking of like features and skills, like all of it has been extremely difficult for me. But the hardest part is for me always just wiring systems together.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, you have the skill system and then you have the auto attack system, and you kind of want them to interact together. And that is probably the hardest part to do. And like you have the hub, and then from hub you spawn into a dungeon. So you need to connect the hub to the dungeon without everything else like breaking. And I swear it's like the hardest part. It's very easy for me, like after 2 years, to just sit down and like create a system for the game. If that makes sense. It's like, hey, I want like, I don't know, an item system. Boom. It's like there in like 2 days. But then, okay, how do I connect this new item system into a dungeon so these items actually spawn? That part is always the most difficult for me.
I'm going to give you a secret. Feeling that everything is hard, in game dev like that, that never goes away. There's always some weird bullshit that you're going to be overcoming. There's always going to be something that you don't know, or like a specific implementation. You're like, God, I got to solve this puzzle now. And it's always going to be kind of a shitty solution at first, and then you'll find out it doesn't scale, and then you'll make it better, and it just keeps going like that. So that never leaves. And if for anyone who's just starting out, if you're like, oh man, this is really frustrating, this is really hard, that's the fun part. It's fun that it's difficult because you're learning, right? Wow, this looks great, dude.
Okay, so we just entered the arena, and I picked up a new skill, which is the supporting skill, which lets you do a little pogo here. And if I were to show it here, if the enemy is not staggered, all it does is just pogos you up, right? But if you stagger the enemy, he's staggered now, it actually launches them in the air. So you can do aerial combos on them.
What was that sound? Was that the drop sound for that?
That was the sound of completing the Vive in this little gauntlet here.
I liked that. Yeah, that was cool.
Yep. And it gave me the choice of some new skills. And now we have another enemy here. This one is a bit more dangerous.
Love that.
I just hope I don't die, but we'll see.
Oh, if you die at your own video game, we get to mock you, so, there's that. Good luck,
It's okay. I can just cheat. It's all fine.
Oh, okay.
I'll just heal myself real quick. I will not cheat a lot, but I will sometimes.
Classic game dev. Can't believe it.
Okay, we staggered him. Let's do bunch of things with him. Can keep him in the air for a little bit. And he's done. Okay. So yeah, I'll showcase more of the combat later. Right now, I just kind of want to run through the area and just yap about what I'm struggling. Oh, look at this! Wonderful. That's what I love to see.
What is that?
A little lantern.
It's just on the ground.
Yes, it's getting sucked into the ground for some reason.
That's how it goes. I mean, that's always the danger with like randomly generated, because it's not procedurally generated. You've made blocks for that, but then you have to tune every single one of those blocks, and it's always really interesting.
Yep.
Yeah,
and, it's supposed to be like a little
like
interactable item where you just walk over it and it makes sounds and moves around, but it moves around on its own. It's possessed.
Love that.
Oh, and would you look at that? An enemy is in the wall.
Good. That's where he belongs. Welcome to Game
I'm
Dev.
starting to regret this.
No, don't regret it. Honestly, like this is so helpful for people, because I think what a lot of people don't realize is even when you find a game that is beautiful and finished and complete and like feels very, very polished, right? This is where it always starts. It starts with weird bullshit like monsters spawning in walls, lanterns on in the floor, and like all that kind of stuff, and you make it better. And like your game already looks fantastic. It's got bones that look good, right? And that's a tough thing to get to. That's a tough space to be. Like you've got combat that seems like it looks really good. You've got effects that seem really good. You've got your core system of being able to generate environments that are all linked together. Mm-hmm. I bet anything that when you first built that, there were a bunch of environments that didn't even link up, and you made impassable structures, didn't you?
That was exactly the case, yeah. And they sometimes overlapped each other, and it was like complete mess.
Yeah, because I've literally been through that same process with the same style of world generation, and it's a mess at first, but you've got it to the state now where it functions, and that's the best place to be, because now you can just print content and fix bugs. Like, you're in a good spot, man.
Yeah, there's definitely still a lot of work to do, like the room variety and stuff, but you can see like this room. It's a little trader guy. But yeah, I really appreciate your words. I'll go into the trader in a bit, but I really appreciate your words. And I think it was the interview of Disco Elysium devs where one of their lead developer, he just said the game, the work in progress video game is like the ugliest work in progress you can ever like imagine. Like if you imagine like just digital art work in progress, it's like a sketch, right? It can look good. Like imagine anything else, like music. Yeah, it's like sounds. It can sound shitty in places, but it's a work in progress. You can kind of hear the idea. With video games though, like everything is ugly. It's like there's so many things. It's like the audio is broken. The UI is just like unpolished. The effects are not there. Like it's just like amalgamation of like unfinished things that makes it like the ugliest work in progress you can imagine.
And the funniest part about that is every one of those systems relies on every other one of those systems. So you can't just fix all the animations. You can't fix all the music. Like you have to fix a little bit of each one at a time, and the whole thing kind of rises up.
Yeah, that is absolutely how it is. But yeah, we're in this kind of nice room. This is a trader, and I would love to go a little bit into, I guess, environmental storytelling. That's kind of present in the game. So this guy, he's called Coffin Keeper, as is shown. He's sitting in a bunch of coffins, and he has a bunch of coffins open. So in the future, thank you. These coffins will include items that he can sell to you. Right now it's actually broken. And the environmental storytelling part of it is that you can see his little locket, right? I don't know. It's very visible on stream. It should be.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's super
it has visible. has a little portrait in it, and his story is that his daughter was kidnapped, and he's basically looking through the entire world looking for her. And the only piece of information he has about her is that she was buried somewhere. That's all he knows. And the lore part of it is that no one in this world can actually die, specifically in this area. So she must be alive still, and he's still looking for her. And basically, what we're seeing here is his little locket that he misses his daughter, and the trail of his failures. All the coffins that he dug up and never found her are basically just signs of his failures. And what he does is he sells items to drifters like the player to basically keep himself fed, keep himself on the road looking for his daughter.
I think that's phenomenal, because I think a lot of times the backstories that we usually get for traders are like they're a villain, or don't ask where they got the materials, like what are you buying, kind of like that kind of a thing, or just a non-entity, you know. So like, I think it's cool to give a deep backstory. Is that something the players can explore throughout the game and like discover over time?
Yes. So you can talk to him, and the more you buy from him, basically the whole idea is that you'll be running through these dungeons a lot, and you'll be meeting him a lot. And so every time you meet him, if you interact with him, you'll uncover a small piece of the story.
Love
and
that.
potentially help him, find his daughter.
Oh, I love that.
Well,
That's
who
fantastic.
knows? Maybe it's you as well. Who knows? It's not. But yeah, he looks a little bit intimidating, but he's actually like a chill guy. And I can also go a little bit into the sound design of the thing. It's like you can hear kind of how much effort goes into all of these little pieces. Like, if you go silent, you can hear all the cracking of the coffins, him breathing. Like, I'll just shut up.
Yeah, I can hear all the fire and the creaking. Yeah, I love that.
And it's incredibly hard to describe how much effort goes into all of these sounds.
It's a lot.
It's like I just sit in there and put them all together.
Do you do radial sounds? So like as you get closer and farther away from the object, it like disappears, or is it just in the environment? Yeah, you do. Okay. Yeah, I can hear that there. Okay, good. Yeah, because that was the thing, is like a lot of people don't realize. They're like, oh yeah, you just put the sound in the game. No, you gotta tune that sound. You gotta make sure that it fades as they get far away. And how far do they have to be away to fade it? How quickly does it fade? There's like all the choices that you have to make it just feel just right, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love that. You've done a really good job with this. In fact, it's funny because it seems like there's a lot of people from your community that are here that are echoing the same thing in your chat, dude. And I think they love the stuff that you're working on. So keep doing it. I feel really proud of this. No matter how ugly it is right now, because it's early and it's not even ugly.
I really appreciate the words, and yes, I sent it on my Discord and to a bunch of friends, and it's like a lot of people are excited for me, because like I have met a lot of people in MMOs, and I actually stopped playing Final Fantasy 14 to develop this game, and they kind of miss me, and they're like, when are you coming back? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm just making a video game. It's incredibly hard. Just give me some time. I'll be back, So they're all rooting for me, which is really nice. It gives me a lot of courage to not only come here and like show this stuff, but also just to talk about it. And I love seeing all the support from people. And it's been a journey. I wouldn't trade it for anything else, even if the game is like ugly most of the time.
No, I mean, you're doing an amazing thing. I do have an off-topic question for you. What's the best class in Final Fantasy XIV, and why is it Warrior?
It is Warrior. It is just Warrior. It's Warrior.
Dang. Yeah, dude.
Hey, but do it.
You're a tank, a DPS, and a healer, but only for yourself. Love it. I play Warrior.
I'm literally a one trick. I've been playing since like Heaven's Ward, right? And I've just been playing Warrior. Every raid I go Warrior. It's just
actual
Warrior.
Boss. Infinite. That's so good, dude. Warrior was my first, and I loved it. Loved it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, with the Scythe character, you'd kind of expect it to be a Reaper, right? But nah, Psych, it's Warrior. Get on the Warrior train.
Hell yeah. So,
Hell yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how this all started. What made you want to start making a game? What was the spark for you?
Oh, so the spark has been there since the childhood, really. I think when I was like a very small kid, I used to make games in this little app called Skira Construct, which is like a visual engine, I think. Yeah. So I made a few games there, and I never released anything. I would actually give all my money right now and my soul to all the demons they wanted, just to get the files of those games back so I can just like look at them and reflect how those games were, because like I used to upload them on this little unknown forum, like Ukrainian forum, and the forum got nuked and all my files with them, so I don't have any of those like old games anymore.
That's rough. I'm sorry to hear that. That's always the worst, is losing the old stuff like that. But it, you know, I guess the way that I would feel about it is you've unlocked this now because of your experience there. You know, that spark never went away. You're still making stuff. So I think I think it had a lot of meaning, you know, at least from this perspective.
For sure. Again, I was like very small, and then I was always like a creative kid, right? I used to draw, I used to like make these little games, I used to make like animations in Pivot. I don't know if you heard about the program. It's basically for stick figure animation. And then, unfortunately, my parents never realized that I was that kind of like a creative kid. And our family was had like lawyers in it, basically, so they kind of nudged me towards the lawyer thing. So I spent like a third of my life studying law, okay, in Ukraine. I think it was like 8 years of my life just getting that degree. And I haven't worked on the games in that entire time. I haven't had time for like art or anything. So it was just like a very kind of depressing existence, going to the university and back, and like not being able to relate to anyone, and just being kind of like this, like, I don't know, a weirdo in a place of like normal people studying law. You know what I mean?
Sure. You felt like an imposter, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I did okay because like I studied and I had some kind of like, I don't know, talent towards it. Like I did okay in college, university, but it just wasn't what I liked to do. It just wasn't it.
Yeah.
And and then I also worked as a lawyer for a year, and then I was like, okay, this is like the most boring piece of shit job I can ever like imagine. Like I spent 8 years studying this, and then I go and work for like a year, and it's like the most shit, like boring stuff that you can imagine. So I quit. Okay. I learned how to do UI design and went freelancing, and that's how I got there. And the game that was building in my games throughout this entire time is the SOULGRAVE. It's like in front of you. I've been like thinking of concepts, playing games, consuming media, and all of these concepts I like kept in my head, and I was like, this is like shaping into a video game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how SOULGRAVE basically came to be. I was like, okay, I worked for a while now as a UI designer. I have a little bit of money saved. I can probably make this happen. Like, if it's not the time now, it's never going to be the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's my birthday on January 1st, 2023, I guess now, 2 years ago. No, 2024. Where I said, okay, so this is my New Year's resolution and a birthday like thing. I am going to make this happen. I'm going to make this game. And I've been working on it every day since. Well, maybe not specifically on SOULGRAVE, because I made a few smaller projects just to learn how to, you know, program. But that was all in service of making SOULGRAVE.
And see, now you're here. And now you've got a game that's mostly put together, right? You've got some really cool lore, you've got some beautiful graphics, you've got some cool gameplay, and you're showing it off to people. So you're doing it. You're kicking ass. And like, I think you have a lot to be proud of, especially with a story like that. You know, your history for this, you're doing everything you wanted to do, man. Yeah. Yeah.
It makes me happy. As frustrating as game development is, this is like my main thing. It's like I don't touch grass. If I have free time, I just sit down and I just work on the game.
Bro, what is free time?
And it's fulfilling. It's like, you know.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know, it's me working backwards for all these like 8 years in college where I couldn't do it. I'm just like sitting down and putting it all in right now.
Yeah. I mean, to be real with you, don't feel like you wasted time. You know, I think that's the
Mhm.
biggest thing. The best advice that I have for you is don't feel like you wasted time going and getting your degree like that, even if you were in a job that you didn't want to do, and you've chosen to go a different path. You learned a lot of stuff throughout that. A lot of ways to different, handle projects or handle like even the legal background that you have might help you as a game dev now. You know, to think about, handling different things in different ways. A lot of people don't even know anything about that. You know, I don't know anything about that. That's why I have lawyers handle it, right? It's like the whole point. So like that's the thing with it, man, is like you've gained knowledge and experience by investing in yourself, and you can use that in everything you do for the rest of your life. So don't feel like you wasted time, I guess, is the biggest thing. Everything matters. Everything you ever do matters. And you're doing this now, and you're doing a really good job at it. So keep it up.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And it is really hard to not feel like you wasted time. But
yeah,
I definitely agree with you. Like all of these experiences are what shaped me into doing this now, right? If I didn't go to college or didn't go to university, probably none of this would have happened. Something else would have definitely happened, but not this. Like all these experiences, all this time, all these connections, all of this has brought me kind of like into this, what I have right now, which is
with that being said, I guess a good question for that is, would you do it again?
This is like a question would you recommend game dev to a friend or something? Honestly, at least not the college university part. I would I would choose game development, but I would not go to fucking college. Okay, so
that's fair. That's a fair answer.
For all of you in the chat, if you're like a creative person, okay, and your parents tell you like, yeah, fuck that, do something else, don't listen to them. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Always follow your heart. Do not take the bait, okay? Don't do it.
The way that I always feel about that is every generation has a way to succeed. And every generation wants their kids to succeed. So they'll push them to succeed in the way that worked for them during their time period.
Exactly.
But it's different every time. Like, it's different every generation. So success metrics don't work the same way. Maybe college doesn't work as well as it used to. In fact, it doesn't a lot of the times. It doesn't mean you shouldn't go if you have an opportunity. But it does mean that it's not the end-all be-all like it used to be. And I never fault a parent for wanting their kid to succeed. You know, they just came from a time where success was different, you know.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And that's exactly how it is. Like my parents really wanted me to succeed. They did everything. Like I understand where they came from, but it just wasn't the right thing for me, I feel. And also, I swear, and like I don't know, maybe it's just a Ukrainian thing, right? Or like a post-Soviet Eastern thing. But I swear, for my parents and for a lot of parents of my friends, there's only like 4 jobs. It's like a police, a firefighter, a lawyer, and like a
doctor.
A doctor, yeah, exactly. A doctor or a military, and that's it. That's all they know. They don't have this concept of like, yeah, you can make anything work. Like if you put your heart into, I don't know, making a motherfucking like a cup made out of salt on the internet, I think you can still make it. I think you can make it.
You probably could. I mean, like that's the thing is, we're more interconnected now than we ever have been in history. And because of that, people can support things that they want to see on that internet more than they ever have been able to. Like, as an artist, today is the best time in history to be an artist. Like, the only way you could make it as an artist, like in the Middle Ages, was some rich guy was like, I'll have one of those. I'll have that local artist is mine now. They will live in my home. And that was it. That was if you didn't get that, you got nothing. It's just like, it's completely insane to think that like we're in a time now where you can just be an artist on the internet, right? And people can just support that. It's amazing, actually.
Yep. There's an audience for like so many things that you just wouldn't expect to have an audience, right? So you can really make anything work nowadays, as long as you put your heart and the passion and the time into it, I feel. So for the young people in the chat, follow your passions. Oh, look, another one of these.
You'll fix it.
So I'll try to get to the boss, because I can't believe we've been yapping for like 40 minutes already. I'll try. Oh, okay, so perfect. This is the boss room, as you can see by this fantastically abrupt change of background.
Good job.
So I'll just try to give you another little explanation of one of my inspirations for the game. So if you look at the current roguelikes or action games, and you look at their bosses, I'm not gonna throw another like shade at Silksong, but Silksong is partially also like that, where the bosses are a glorified big enemy, right? So what they do is they attack, but they have different patterns of attack, right? But they'll just keep attacking and circling through like different states of attacks based on how far you are from them and stuff like that.
It's like a dance.
Yeah, like a dance, but it's not really how I want it to be in SOULGRAVE. So if you would imagine an MMO fight, like you can imagine any MMO, usually what they have is slightly different, which is a sequence of specific not attacks, but sequence of specific mechanics that you kind of need to solve. It's not really attacks. The boss does attack the tank sometimes, but what's the main thing is that you as a group want to solve specific mechanics, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Someone in the chat said MMO boss fights are puzzles. That's exactly how I'm kind of thinking about my bosses as well. So instead of just fighting straight on, you will be trying to solve a puzzle, try to solve the mechanic of the boss, try to see what he does, how he iterates on this, and basically use your brain, not necessarily your reflex. So this is an example of such a boss. So the idea is bosses will have specific gimmicks. This one, for example, has a quarter arena AoEs that you need to like pay attention to, but all of them will have this different concept that will keep iterating on. So I'll just shut up and go try to do it. And it's not entirely finished, but I hope we can get somewhere with this. So I'll just try to fight. I will also not heal, so if I die, I die. But we'll see how it goes.
Oh, let's see. Love that. No, I really love the way you're doing text there too. That's great.
You can see the cast bars as well. I don't think any game like that had a cast bar before.
I love that. So it actually calls it by name. Yeah, that's quite cool, dude. That's rad. I love that he changes the environment as you go through as well, like the shape and size of all the room. That's phenomenal. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so this is the enrage. Basically, when you don't kill the boss in time, he will just like annihilate you.
I mean, you almost got him. Look at his health, right? Oh, that does it very, very well. I love that. And the peak time at the end there of like, hey, you got to kill him now or it's over. I think you did a fantastic job. That looks great. That looks really great.
Thanks so much. And yeah, I didn't make it, but look, it's still here.
That's funny.
Still there.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah, that's the unfinished part.
Fair. I mean, it's okay to have it unfinished. It looks good. I think what you're making looks really good, dude. Like that is fantastic.
Thank you so much. I wish the errors weren't popping up there so you could see a bit more, but it is what it is. Again, I apologize for all of this, but it is what it is.
Guys, you're good. You're good. Your game is cool. Your game is cool and it looks cool. You just got to remember that like in progress doesn't mean bad. What matters at that point is the vision that you have. Because you've already implemented all of this, but the vision that you have is quite compelling. And seeing that through your mechanics in your boss fight, I can tell that this is going to be an awesome game when you finish it. You just need time to cook. That's normal. And that's fine. That's great. You know?
Yeah. That is very reassuring to hear.
Don't even just believe me. Look at everyone in chat. Look what everyone is saying there. You've got thousands of people that all are saying this looks cool, you know? So you're doing it. You got this.
Thank you, chat. I appreciate you all. As always, I read it a little bit, but it's kind of distracting when I'm trying to formulate a thought because again, English is not even my first language, so it's
fair. You're
I'm
doing
trying my
great
best.
in English, by the way. Like, I thought you were a native English speaker. That's fantastic. So, yeah, that's great.
So I'll close the game right now. It
Mhm.
should still show my main screen, I hope. And I'll also like restart the dungeon and show a few other areas, maybe. Just one moment. Oh, okay. So I will teleport myself like right here.
Oh, that looks fantastic. So you've got very different environment now.
Yes.
A little bit of heaven and
So
hell going on. Love that.
And the idea is that each area. So what we saw just now was the like a dark cave styled area, right? Where it's a bit claustrophobic. It's a little bit closed out. It's a little bit, tight. So the idea is that each area will have its own gimmick. So for example, that one was just claustrophobic. You're always going down, always like descending. This one is kind of the opposite. You'll have wind currents going up. The area is separated into different flying islands. And completely different build will work better here. And again, I can't stress it enough how much I appreciate you doing this, like showcasing indies like that. It's like no one does it like this.
I think
do like one event and that's it. And this is just something completely new, something completely different. And I can't thank you enough for doing it.
Oh, dude, it's only possible because of you guys making cool shit. Like, the way that I felt about it was there's a real and present need for indies to do this. And every time I looked at anywhere that was trying to showcase any indie dev or showcase any project, it was a brick wall of money. Of anywhere from for a small spot would be $1,000 to $5,000. And I was like, that studios can't handle that. There's no point to that. And there's so many amazing indie games that are out there. It's just a shame. Like, developers miss out on cool stuff. The players miss out on cool stuff. Like, nobody wins when that's the brick wall in front, You get less games, and you get devs that just never get seen, and they spend huge amounts of time making something they're really passionate about. It never sees the light of day. And like, I can't fix all of that, but together as a community, we can fix some of it. Right? Is the idea. And it's worked, and I'm blown away by how well it's worked on the first round. That was the thing that caught me completely off guard. I was like, maybe some people will be into this, and I was like, no, everyone is into this. It's like, it's overwhelming, dude. Yeah.
It's been super awesome. Like, just
I'm glad.
Seeing all of it happen. It's really cool.
Hell yeah.
And I can't shout out everyone, but there's also Long Fungus, there's Lucid, there's one of my favorite super passionate developers from Super Adventure. You might have seen it also in the other showcases. It's an amazing game. Like, all of these are amazing. And obviously SOULGRAVE, very good game. I highly suggest
Never seen that one before. I don't know what that is. What could it be? Yeah.
I think that one's really cool, and everyone should wishlist it.
Yeah, definitely wishlist the game. Like, if you guys are interested in this game at all, the best thing you can do is wishlist the game, because it tells Steam that they'll make more money off the game, and then they'll show it to more people. So it's the same as upvoting a video on YouTube. It's the same as retweeting something. You are helping the developer directly by doing that.
I'll also bring us into the new area if everyone's eyes are tired of looking at the yellow screen. But yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, looks great. Yeah,
this is also my guitar. I played this tune.
You played this yourself. That's amazing.
Thank you. I've been learning guitar, and this was my my little contribution to the musical part of this game.
That's pretty.
Thank you. So there's Veronique, the Witch of Delusions. We can talk to her. I can go a little bit over how some of the progression systems will work in the game. She says there's been a murder, and she's really condescending a little bit about how she talks, but that's just her character. And so what she wants is for us to get down back into the catacombs and find the murder scene and retrieve a soul of the victim from there. The UI is absolutely amazing, as always, but we can basically accept this quest, and it says find the murder scene in Lustrarium. So basically what that just did is, next time we go into the catacombs, which is called Lustrarium, there will be a special new room that will be added to the dungeon that will have stuff that you need to do with this quest. So as you pick up the quests, new stuff will pop up in the dungeons. New stuff will be discoverable, and stuff like that, which has been a really hard thing to implement as well, because just of how dungeon generation works. But it is a really cool feature that I really like. And also going back to the boss fights and general progression of the game. So throughout the game, you'll be unlocking obviously new skills by completing challenges, beating bosses, stuff like that. I'm not planning to have any straight stat upgrades. So like, people call it meta progression, I guess, where you just become straight up more powerful, but just like your attack damage is bigger. I'm not planning to have that in the game.
Will you have other types of meta progression, like maybe unlocking powers or move sets or anything like that?
Yes, I'm planning movesets. I'm planning. So this is kind of going into scope creep, but I was planning multiple characters for this game as well, with their own unique skills and playstyles. That is hell of a lot of work. I don't know. Yep. Don't quote me on that. If somebody like comes to me later when the game is released and they're like, oh, there's only one playable character. I remember this dude said on a Pirate Software stream that there will be multiple characters. Look, I'm not promising anything. Okay, it's probably
Dev has promised 50 playable characters. Will be released January 1st next year. Got it.
On my birthday, let's go.
Yeah, there you go. That's funny.
But there will be unlockable new items, unlockable new skills that you'll be finding in the dungeons. There will be unlockable new difficulties for the entire dungeon. There will be, basically there will be a lot of stuff that you can unlock outside of just like, that are not, you're just hit harder, basically.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I really like that. Do you have like a crafting system in mind for gear, or is there any different types of weapons or anything like that?
There are currently no different types of weapons, and I'm not really planning to. I think as I'll go into a combat showcase in a moment here, you'll probably see the potential of the current systems. And each skill will have at least 3 different variations of it, so they will be rerollable and upgradable, basically, to allow you to do new things with them. It's not implemented yet, so I can't really show it. Maybe if I come back in like June, in summer, I can probably showcase a lot more, like a properly showcase the game if I come back. But yeah, right now it's not planned. It's also, there's going to be active items, which will allow you to, deploy a turret and stuff like that. Also not implemented. But all of these things will be coming, and I think they will be diverse enough to make the game stand on its own, basically, and feel really good to play.
So are you
on each run?
Right now, you there's no indication of you knowing when you're going to release. You're way too early for that. But do you have any idea of when you want to get a demo out to people? Even if you can't fit that timeline, do you have an idea for where you'd like it to be?
Yes. I'm planning for Q1 of the next year. I don't know where that quarter, if that's doable. I am planning to at least a playtest. That will be kind of like, maybe unpolished UI, maybe some effects are missing, some sounds are missing, but the playtests in Q1 for sure of like the proper game loop, and then the demo by mid-year next year.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's really good. I always find that like demos work really, really well. Like that's the best way to showcase your game imaginable. With that in mind, are you in any way worried about financing or anything like that? Are you planning on going like, a crowdfunding route or anything like that?
I'm not super worried about financing. I'm gonna say that, and then every publisher will just like not give me money if they ever contact me. So don't call me on that. I am struggling for money, guys. Please, I'm okay.
Please, publisher, give me all of your money. I need it. Yeah, that's funny.
I will make this game no matter what. Okay. I'm not struggling for money right now. I think I can finance it on my own until the very end. But there's also like I would do crowdfunding only if I were to really increase the scope and like hire people.
Fair.
Because the Kickstarter, for example, is not available in Ukraine, so I can't really do it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Do you guys get
I would have to do it
Fig or
through, like,
Indiegogo or any of that stuff? I think there's a bunch of other services, and I don't know if they serve that area.
Maybe. I honestly did not take like a very deep look into it yet.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah. because like again, I'm not struggling for money. I'll make this game no matter what. But if there's like I don't know, a publisher that has like a giant bag of money that they can just able to throw at me, I'll gladly take it. I can quit my like day job and work on this full time, because again, I work on this every day, but it doesn't mean I work full time. Sometimes it's 20 minutes me going to an engine and like editing one particle, and that's like
that's all you get.
My entire that's all I get. It's like it's not very easy to to make a game of this overscoped while doing it part-time or like in my free time.
So I am interested in that. You are talking about a publisher. Is the publisher that you would be looking for at that point is just funding, nothing beyond that?
No, not really. I think so if I were to take a publisher, I'm not really planning to, if I can help it. I think I can do it on my own. But the biggest hurdle is probably, again, marketing, right? So I think publishers can help a lot with that as well. I don't really need the money. I would take it if I could. Like, why not?
Well, I mean, why not?
I don't really need money.
the way that I'll always say this is, if you want a publisher, you should know exactly what you want from a publisher going into any negotiation. But beyond that is, if you can do this without one, do it without one. You get to keep everything, and you don't have anyone else steering the ship that you built. You know, that's one of the scariest things that can happen, is losing control of your own creative project. You know, so
yeah.
And your real early days, even then, your game looks very compelling, and people are really enjoying it. So, I am actually interested. How many wish lists do you have right now, or did you have before Indiecember started for this?
I have had 10,200 wish lists before I came in today.
Yeah, no, that's really good at this stage of the game. Like, that is really good. When you get a demo out there, that's going to balloon. Like, yeah, you're doing fine. You're doing a lot more fine than I think you realize. That's great, dude. Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I'm the goal right now is to hit 15,000 before I release a demo, or like before the middle of next year, basically. 15,000 and then a demo, and maybe it'll snowball from there. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think you can hit that. I think you'll hit that just fine. No, we'll have a YouTube video out for this as well, and I hope that gives another kick. It's taking us about a day for each video, so it's taking a little while. But once yours comes out, I think that'll give more of a kick to the game as well, because we're putting links and everything and like telling people about it. And I think that helps. I think my hope is to just keep doing this, and we'll just have this big gigantic thing for Indiecember and Indiecember all the time. And yeah, I feel like your game is going to do very, very well in terms of people going like, wow, that looks cool, wishlist, right? Because if you're already at 10,000, you don't even have a playable out. You have the vision of an idea, right? And it looks good, and people like it enough to wishlist in 10K, like, you're fine. You're going to do great, dude. Keep it up.
I'm really grateful for your words, and it's nice to hear this little bit of reassurance, because like, it's really hard to describe when you're like just sitting in your room alone like all the time and just working on the game, how daunting it sometimes feels. It's like I'm like a fucking metronome, okay, going left and right, tick 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 tick, in the sense that one day I think, okay, this is going to be the absolute greatest game of all time, and then on the next day I'm like,
it's
this
horrible,
is the biggest pile of shit I have ever seen. Okay. It's up to,
normal.
Hearing any reassurance is really helpful.
I think that's so much more normal than you would ever realize, dude. Like, it's the, I'm a god, I'm a genius, I'm an idiot, this is terrible. Like, just back in 100% every time. Like, that's super normal in any creative activity. You're right on the money there. Yeah. Oh, this guy said, Dev, I own a restaurant, and I'm exactly that. Yeah, this is normal. Like, that's how it works. It's so over, we're so back, over and over again. You know?
That graph is exactly what it feels like. Yeah.
The best thing that I will ever say about that is, no matter what is going on, you can see all the weak points in whatever it is that you're working on, anything that you're creating. Other people don't see those weak spots. You are more critical than any person could possibly be. And don't forget that, because what you're making is very cool, and people are definitely resonating with it. It's hard to believe them when they like it, but you should.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a perfectionist in that sense as well. So again, I'm struggling.
That hypercritical, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest
quality
struggles.
Standard. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think that's one of the biggest struggles in any type of creativity is when someone likes your work, you go, really? It's like, are you lying to me? Who paid you? You know, and like that's just how that feels all the time, and it doesn't go away. But you have to listen to them. You know, you've got a community of people that really like what you're doing. You've got a lot of people wish this thing because they like what you're doing, and at a certain point, you got to believe them just a little bit. So keep making cool shit because you definitely are, and people really like it, man.
I appreciate it, and I agree. So if you don't mind, I'll go a bit into... I know I'm kind of breaking the format, but you mind if I go a little bit into the combat showcase here?
Yeah, do it. Let's see it.
Cool. Okay, so I'll try to replicate the game loop a little bit, so you'll be collecting items. So these are the passive items you can find. I don't have a lot of them right now finished, so... But I have a spreadsheet of like 250 planned, basically. So all of these are kind of passive items. For example, this one, on counter, it applies a burn that deals magic damage and then can spread to other enemies. So stuff like that. Some of them are more interesting than others, but yeah, this will also be part of a kit. For example, you can see it in the UI here. Right now, I don't have anything, and if I were to pick this one up, we will suddenly see Cinderheart is here. So these are not necessarily skills, but these are some items, passive items that will help you finalize your build as well. So we have a bunch of enemies spawned here. As you can see, I don't really have any skills on the bottom left right now. I'll remove the mouse to not annoy chat.
I moved my mouse thinking it was mine. That's funny.
So I don't have a lot of any skills right now, actually. So all I can really do is just like basic auto attacks. I can attack in the air, but I can also counter enemies and stagger them immediately.
Love that.
So you can see them burning as well from the passive item, and a wonderful red square that indicates their attacks that sometimes bugs out, but it's okay. So we'll just deal with them like normal. Okay, so these are just normal goons. Nothing impressive happened so far. But now we get to select a bunch of skills. They're separated into primary, secondary, and supporting. Right now, we got a little bit unlucky, but we get Dreadlift. Knock staggered enemies in the air. So this is the part that allows you to start air combos. Again, with just one skill, we're not going to be able to do much, but I can still show you how it is now. So for example, these are basically similar enemies. If you attack them 3 times, they get staggered. Each enemy has different amount of attacks they take to stagger and stuff like that. But for example, if we stagger them, we can then launch them in the air and keep hitting them until they unstagger.
The DMC is coming through now.
It's starting. It's just the beginning. But we can already do a resemblance of some air combo. Okay.
I love that. Love it so far.
Now we have Gore Loop. Send a circular projectile that bounces from enemy to enemy. Not only will this skill, for example, help us with dealing damage to multiple enemies or dealing with multiple enemies, it'll also help keep a single enemy in the air. Let's just pick it, see what kind of enemies we get. Okay, so there's an interesting enemy here. First of the slime that jumps in the air, which is pretty cool. So all the enemies have like a little gimmick to them. And the lady that's walking is a weaver. Her special thing is that she can resurrect dead enemies, and she's kind of keeping the distance and attacking from afar with a little spike from the ground, as you can see. So let's try to kill.
That's cool.
Yep, let's try to kill one of the enemies. It's probably going to be slime first, so we can see her resurrecting him.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's back.
I love that.
Yeah, she just like weaves him back into existence. So let's launch this, see how that works. So it bounces from the enemy to enemy, dealing damage, which is really cool. Let's get rid of the weaver.
Yeah.
Look at her just running away from me. What an asshole.
She's doing it. There we go.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, the combat looks great. This is looking fantastic, dude.
Okay, so now we can do some crazy stuff. We got like a really good ability, Fallen Grace. I think I showed it before a little bit. This is the Pogo one that lets you bounce the enemies from the ground. So now we'll be able to do some absolutely wild stuff. Let me just pick it up and just go ahead and start showing it. So we have the large dude now, who's sending projectiles at us as well.
Love the explosion of blood out of the skull on that. That's great.
Thank you. Okay, actually, let's get rid of him first, so we can do a little bit of stuff with the skeletons. Ow. Okay, so now we can launch him in the air. We can keep him in the air for longer. We can do this, and he died. I'll showcase more later.
I really
Yeah.
like. I guess the word for it, the sounds in your combat are juicy. I don't know how else to put that. They feel weighty. They feel like you're hitting meat. They feel like you're hitting bone. They feel really good. There's a little bit of variance on them, it sounds like, as well. It's great. It's really, really good. There's no audio fatigue there. Like, it all feels good. Nice job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, again, a lot of effort goes into sounds. I just sit there and like sometimes edit them for days. Okay. I'll try to keep the skeleton so I can do some silly combos on him. We have one of the flying enemies that can teleport behind you and deny you area as well if you're not careful. We'll just... I don't know why he isn't flying though, which is not how it's supposed to be, but let's pretend
we saw a flying one earlier. That's fine.
That's true.
Love that.
Okay, so now he's staggered. We can launch him in the air. We can keep him in the air for a while, and he's dead. Again, there will be a dummy that I can show a bit more on, so we'll just keep plugging through this.
I think my favorite part about this so far is, and I know it's kind of a weird call out, is the death animations. Your death animations are unique per monster. They all have a very vibrant kind of explosion out. It's very clear when you've killed an enemy. There's a lot of games where there's not a lot of fanfare on the kill, and they kind of just fade out, and you may not even realize it, a DMC style game of like, hey, that monster's actually dead, but you've done like a firework for some of these, and it just like explodes, or like the bones shoot everywhere. It's like, it's very obvious that the monster has died. I like that quite a lot. I think you've done a very good job on that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And yes, all of them will have unique ones, because sometimes you can juggle a lot of enemies in the air, and as you said, you can't really tell which one you killed, so all of them will have unique ones. Right now, there are a bunch of placeholders, like the large dude, for example, and the Weaver, they still explode into skeleton parts, which will be fixed later, but yeah, I really appreciate you noticing that, because I also find it very important.
It's tough to do too. Like, a lot of people don't like. I guess the basic way that I feel about stuff like that, technical art usually follows the same realm as shadows in a game. No one notices if they're good.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, like, if they're bad, they're like, that looks like shit. But if it's good, they're like, they say nothing. You know, so I really appreciate the work that you put into that, and I know how much work goes into that. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's you, like, most people wouldn't believe, like, if you just remove the juice and like the visual feedback from the games, how unbelievably boring they suddenly become.
They're
like,
really
it feels
boring.
like nothing is happening. Yeah, if you like hit things and there's no like visual, or I don't know, if your controller doesn't rumble, for example, there's no like this, haptic feedback, or the sounds hitting your eardrums, or I don't know, some visual particles flying away. If you remove all of these things, it just becomes this like insanity room,
it's hollow.
Of like
super hollow.
Yeah, it's just and it's like makes it boring. Like, a lot of game fun comes from these small things, so a lot of work goes into those.
It's like dry and hollow when you don't have that. I think those are good terms for it. Chat was saying dry, and I agree. And it's you've got it right, and that's that polish phase that takes a long period of time. Is like, it needs to feel right. It needs to evoke an emotional reaction, or make you feel like you did a good job, even though it doesn't tell you anything. It's just, it feels,
absolutely.
And that's unique. That's unique to every dev. That's unique to everybody who's making anything, and it's subjective for the audience. So it's a tough thing to do. It's not easy.
Absolutely agree. And it's also, again, going back to just development processes. When you develop a game, it's very easy to get something together that is playable very fast. So if I were to make a new game, I can have a game loop within like 3 days. It will be a playable game. It will be playable from like, I don't know, start to finish on one level or something. So you get the idea, right? Yeah. And then the making a game out of that concept takes an immeasurable amount of time. It's like, adding sounds, adding all this visual feedback, adding all of this, adding new enemies, adding new content, adding this and this and this and this and sounds, and it takes like designing levels.
Yep.
That takes the most time. Like you can easily make systems, but to keep adding meat on those systems, keep adding all this like game on it, it takes insane amount of time.
Yeah. I always think it's quite funny is you've got kind of two kinds of developers that I see in the very beginning. Either I can't make anything ever, or I made my first game, I'm going to go make Elden Ring now. And I'm like, no, dude. It's like, neither of these is true. It's always really funny. Like, there's so much game in that game. Now I have the difficult question for you. And it's going to be tough, but I feel like you have an answer considering how critical you are of your own work. I want you to call your baby ugly. What does your game do the worst? Stunned silence. It's a tough question. It is.
It is a tough question. Let me think. Right now, I would probably say it's the consistency. Let's put it this way.
Okay.
I feel like some areas are a lot more interesting than others, and I feel like some areas are a bit boring to explore because there's not a lot meat on it yet. So I think that's kind of where it falls short right now. Because it's cool when you generate a dungeon, but it also has to be really fun to explore it. I think it's getting there. Like I'm working towards that. But right now, it's definitely not the best part of the game. Yeah. I think it will be amazing in the end, but it's not right now. That's
fair. That's a fair answer. And it's always interesting to hear because sometimes players will have an idea of what is wrong with the game, and sometimes devs will have an idea what's wrong with the game. And those things I usually find are the same, but you don't have a demo out. So it's really just you. And it's an idea of like, where is your mind at? What do you perceive as being the biggest pain point? I love that. You know, every dev answers that completely differently. You know,
I usually try to be honest as well. You can see with all the bugs like and stuff. Like I have my hands open. Like I'm not trying to hide anything. It's a broken mess right now, but it's going to be great. And if I were to elaborate on the exploration, if you, for example, play stuff like Dead Cells, for example, there's always like, you know, a chest that curses you or like a room that you can enter with a puzzle. I have all of this also planned out, but it's just not there yet. It's getting there. So it kind of falls short on these aspects right now.
I wouldn't worry about it. I think you'll get there, but I always like getting the answer to that question. I think the other super difficult question, and this one, you're very far off from there, but you can always ask chat to see how they feel about it. What do you think you want to sell your game for? How much? And I know that's a hard one, man, especially this early in the process, but it's interesting to find out what people's thought process is for that too.
Yeah, so the short answer is I don't know, and the long answer is
fair.
Team Cherry is doing us all dirty. No shade towards Team Cherry, okay? But holy shit, you buy Silksong and there's like so much content, it's so hard to compete with it.
Yeah.
Like we've had this other developer from Lone Fungus like raise the issue on Twitter and get like crazy media coverage because of it, just like calling this out. It's like, yeah, I just played Silksong and it's $20 and it's like, or 25, what was it? It's like insane amount of value for the buck. Like the game is a proper $60 game, and then it's you know, it's sold for like less than half the price. It's insane to me. So if I were to put a price tag, I would probably put it at $15 to $20. It's like one of those replayable games, hopefully, so you can like buy it and play it for like 150 to 100 hours or whatever. At least that's my hope. So I think it'll be just like good value for buck overall. So 15 to 20, I don't know exactly, but
everyone's saying 15 to 20 in chat. They all think that that's a correct amount. I'm going to be honest with you. I would see Silksong as an outlier. And I think a lot of people who buy video games also see it as an outlier. They don't see it as a price that makes sense for that game. It is incredibly generous of Team Cherry to do that, and I think it was an absolutely correct move, especially considering the way that the economy is now for a lot of people. But they see it as an outlier. They see that as a $40 to $60 game that's on sale at all times, effectively how that works. And I think that's something you should keep in mind, you know. Yeah. You think
Yep.
Silksong's a $40 game? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, don't compare to Silksong, exactly. And I do think that that's a pretty common thing right now. And it's so scary for people that are making combat platformers like this, right?
Yep.
That's the big fear. It was funny because that was the same thing for people that were building like shoot 'em ups when Enter the Gungeon came out. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
That game was so good too.
Yeah, and everyone was like, I was making a shoot 'em up, and now I can't because Enter the Gungeon is just better. It's just like really good, and it was cheap too. Same deal. Well, anyway, we are almost at time. I have a couple more questions. If you were to give advice to anyone who's just starting out now, what would be your advice to them? It could be anything. Positive, negative, whatever you want it to be.
So my advice would be, everyone's saying, like, start small, right? I think it's a fair advice, but I also don't think it's for everyone. It's like really, it's really easy to get like a burnout from just like developing stuff that you don't enjoy doing. Again, I can go back on my experience with the university and college, where it's like when you don't do the stuff that you want to do, you get like really sad and like really discouraged. So I'd say if you feel like making a giant game, just go for it. But the thing with it is that you need to think of it as like designing systems for your future game, not for the actual like small games that you're making. So if you make 3 small games, but all of them are systems from your future big project, then you can just reuse that, and you didn't really waste any time. So you'll have like a way better time developing that way.
If
that makes sense.
That does. Makes complete sense. That's good. Good advice, I think. And the last thing I'll ask is, do you have anything left to tell the community before we head out?
Yes. Actually, I have 2 things. Because I didn't get to showcase the combat completely, which I can do like in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably thank people again. So you can see this is like a dummy enemy, and we have a bunch of skills. This one lets me push him away. I currently have an item that does damage when I dash through enemies. We have the pogo still, and we have this little circle that does damage over time. So this is like a more or less standard little build that you can have. So we'll stagger him here, we'll send him into the wall, we'll send him in the air. Now we can start juggling him. Okay. And we can keep him in the air as long as we have basically skills available. In future there will be mana as well, but you can kind of start seeing how different builds can dictate what kind of combos you can do.
Yeah.
So we can keep him like in the air for a long while.
Love that. Yeah, really love that.
So you can start seeing the potential of different builds, utilizing different aerial combos, and how each run will force you to experiment with the skills that you get. Sometimes you'll get like completely mismatched skills that will not work together, but then you can just like re-roll them and upgrade them into variations that will allow you to do some crazy stuff.
Love that.
So yeah, that is something that I really wanted to show, like a proper full 3 skill build. And imagine there's going to be items also that like a turret that can like shoot him while he's in the air and stuff like that. But yeah,
I think that looks fantastic, to be honest with you. I think this is cool, you know. It looks cool, it feels cool.
So yeah, you can do a bunch of stuff. And the other thing is that, okay, I have 3 things actually. I'm sorry if I'm like dragging this, but
no, you're good. Don't worry at all. Don't worry whatsoever.
Okay. The other thing is that I really value accessibility. There will be a lot of accessibility options in the game. I want everyone to be able to play this game. Like this can look fairly complicated. Like you need to press a lot of buttons to do a lot of skills. But the accessibility options will allow you to have like an easier time playing it, because if you know the situation in Ukraine, with the war happening and everything, I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's not about it, but there are a lot of people coming back from these places that lost their limbs, that had something bad happen to them, that missing fingers and just unable to play games properly. So accessibility is a really important topic to me, and you can expect to be able to play this game no matter what. Like I expect a lot of the time you'll be able to get through the game with more simple attacks as well, if you prefer that. So basically, I'm making this game for everyone, and if you're struggling to play other games, I'm really hoping to make it so you can play this game.
That's good.
It's
I mean,
really
like,
important.
controller support goes miles for that. Remapping controller support goes miles, you know, and like we actually talk about that quite a lot, is people with physical disabilities use controller remapping to play your games. So if you add that to your game, you are unlocking an entire other audience of people that otherwise would not be able to play at all. So it's a big deal.
Yes.
It's a very, very big deal. It's huge for them and it's huge for you. Everybody wins. And it's not hard to implement. It's actually like pretty easy with today's tooling.
Yep. Unity has special tools just specifically built for that, so I'll be utilizing everything I can to make this as playable as possible. And yeah, I guess the last thing I would say is thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much again for this opportunity. It's actually really hard to believe that I'm actually here just talking to you about my game, showing it to other people. And it's kind of crazy, because one of the things that pushed me to start developing games as well, when I was like unsure if it's actually something I can do, was one of your videos where you talked about let's just go make game, or like go make games. I don't remember what exactly the title of the video was, and you were showing your website where it's like go make games, or you were showing examples of like Undertale not having super cool graphics, or like this game having that, this game having that, and like hey, all of these games are successful, all of them are making it, why can't you? So yeah, that was like a big morale boost for me at one point, like a few years ago. So again, it's kind of hard to believe I'm here just like showing you what I've been working on partially because of that video.
That's awesome as hell. And like, yeah, that's been my slogan forever. Just go make games. Just do it. Make shitty games. Make good games. Like just make something, because as long as you do, you'll make something really cool that you can be super proud of one day. And if you don't start, you'll never get there. And look at this. Your game's freaking awesome looking. Like, this looks awesome. And you're making it look good, too, which means you practice combat quite a lot.
Yes. Some of the playtesters had a bit of a harder time, but yeah, I've been here like hours.
Yep. That's fantastic. That's really cool, man. And I'm glad you got inspired in any way by the stuff that I do, and I'm glad that you're building things, because the world is cooler as a result of you making stuff like this.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you everyone in the chat for sticking with my bullshit and watching me break shit. It's, again, it's really cool.
Nah, you're doing a great job. And I say again, feel proud of yourself once in a while, because you're making something a lot of people really like. And that's hard to do. It's really hard to do. You'll stand out pretty well, I think, with what you're building and in the way that you're making it. The fact that you already have 10,000 wish lists and you don't even have a demo out is truth enough for that. A lot of people don't realize how hard that is to pull off.
Thank you so much.
Awesome job. It's been lovely having you on, and I want to thank you very much for showing us your game.
Thank you so much for having me again. I'll probably do a little gift sub for the chat for sticking with me as well, because I appreciate you all and this opportunity, and I hope whatever dev comes next also has a lot of success, and everyone who's been a part of this event is a success in the future. And I hope you have fun in Ashes of Creation. I've been taking a peek at that as well.
Yeah, it's super fun. Been having a blast. Wishlisted? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, no, definitely wish list the game. That helps the dev more than you could ever know, and it's free. It's free to do. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will talk to you later, man.
Thanks so much. Have
See
a
you
good
around.
one.